Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of Sharing His Nanny by Tori Chase, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me for chapter 1. Prologue, Stella. My lips pucker as I prepare to blow out the single candle dripping wax onto a mouth-watering slice of cheesecake. Don't forget to make a birthday wish, Stella, my design assistant and best friend Bernadette says, holding her phone to take a picture. I consider the challenge until my brain inwardly whines. Where do I start? Wishes are for dreamers. I'm a doer, I say instead and blow gently because Bernie and I are sharing. The servers who sang happy birthday to me leave, and when I don't see anyone sneering over their shoulder, as people often do here in LA, I lift the fork for bites. Cream cheese, vanilla, and lemon flavor goodness explode on my tongue. You really didn't wish for anything? Bernadette slides a piece across her bee-stung red lips. Yep, but that's a lie. I wish for my fashion line to be a success. Where's James tonight? My bestie asked cautiously about my boyfriend. James Pace is funding my line. Some men don't mix business with pleasure, but James is a rebel, a rich one. No one knows we're sleeping together or that I'm moving in with him, so Bernie's question is valid. He has a late meeting. I shrug and lavish on the hefty piece clinging to my fork. There's the trade-off when you date a working billionaire. Bernie pushes the thick glasses up her adorable button nose. Do you think he's the one? Maybe. I smile. I'm only 25 and I want at least 4 successful lines under my belt before I even think of getting married or having kids. I love babies and always feel that tug when I see one. Did James comment on all the pre-orders we got from the showcase? He didn't ask about it. He trusts me. I pinch my ruffled sleeve. It's my design, a yellow low-cut wrap number. He keeps telling me how much he loves my look, how polished and sophisticated my dresses are. Growing up curvy, I had limited clothing options, all of which I despised. I watched Project Runway as a young girl and taught myself to sew. 18 months ago, I caught James's eye at a gala I attended with my wealthy stepmother. The V-neck red dress hugged me in all the right places and showed off my curves. I don't hide a woman's hourglass figure. I accentuate it. Nope, no moo dresses for me or my customers, the ones who haven't discovered me yet. But they will, as soon as I get my money. When I met James, I was in my senior year at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising here in Los Angeles. James gave me his business card. He gave so much at me that Catherine, my stepmother, lent me the startup cash to create a sample line. With those funds, I also hired a photographer, a videographer, and a PR company to put my name all over the place. Stella Raven Designs. If James doesn't finance my line for some ungodly reason, I won't be able to pay Catherine back. I add, she's family, but she made me sign a very strict loan agreement. Sounds more like a step monster, Bernadette quips, because she knows my story. My father, a handsome Hollywood model stuntman, married Catherine Harlow, a wealthy heiress, when I was 8. My mother had passed away 3 years earlier. Catherine loved having a tall, beefy stud on her arm, just not the bratty kid he came with. How much money do we have left? I asked Bernadette, who I met at FIDM. She studied merchandising and works double duty as my finance manager. I trust her completely. She's also plus size like me. Only about $5,000, Bernie says, sounding guilty. That will cover my salary and your rent next month with a few bucks to spare. I gave my landlord notice after James needled me to move in with him. Time to announce that development. Smiling, I reach into my bag and take out the square hammered leather box. Make that 2 months' salary for you. James gave me this last weekend. Bernie gasps. Stella, it's not a ring. He knows I don't want to get that serious yet. Look. I lift the lid and watch Bernie's face as she peers inside. A key? Her big brown eyes look to me. I haven't used it yet. Most of the house is electronic with codes, including the gate and front door. The key is symbolic. Now, if he'll make good on the funding. I know. He's making me dot my I's and cross my T's more than anyone because when I move in, it will be announced we're in a relationship. He has a board to answer to. even though investing a mere 300 grand into my design line is a drop in the bucket compared to his other venture capital projects. Bernie and I finished our shared dessert and walked to our cars. Happy birthday again. She hugs me goodnight. Thank you, darling. I watch her long red curls bounce on her back until she gets inside her car. It's close to 10 p.m., and James still hasn't called me for my birthday. He's busy, I get it. Thinking of that key, I figure I have a birthday pass to drop in on him. In my Ford Edge, a car that is thankfully paid off, I head toward Brentwood to use the key and get a birthday kiss. Driving through that lush neighborhood, even at night, I twitch, thinking of Catherine's Beverly Hills mansion, where my dad moved us after they got married. Tall white columns, manicured lawns, and perfect red roses made it look inviting on the outside. The inside, however, was cold and unloving. I haven't heard from Catherine today either, but I never hear from her, or Charles, my much older stepbrother, who barely knows I exist because technically we never lived together. Then there's my dad. Gulp. The only person who I forgive for not calling me. He hasn't spoken in years since his head and spine injuries from an accident on a movie set left him a quadriplegic with barely any memory. But I don't feel that alone. I have Bernie and James, plus soon I'll launch my design company. Think positive. Think positive. I'm chanting my affirmations when I notice the line of cars in James' driveway. Is he having a party? Holy crap, is this a surprise party for me? Did I miss a text or message from him? I punch in the gate code and park behind the lost car, which I guess I'll have to move now because I plan to spend the night. Are people watching for me? I check my hair and makeup, then smooth my dress, inspecting for cheesecake crumbles on my boobs. Nothing. Good. The fabric still looks fresh as it did when I got dressed this morning. That's why I chose a wrinkle-free jersey blend for all my clothes. It hides flaws. I hope someone at this party takes pictures and posts them to Instagram. I can use the free PR. While digging through my bag for business cards that include my socials, I tiptoe to the back of the house and slip into the kitchen. I normally come in this way since I usually park my car in the back next to James's Porsche Cayenne. Walking through the front door would be too obvious now that I know he and his friends are hiding in the living room. The key is for the kitchen door. When I use it and pop in, I wait to hear the shouts of surprise. Nothing. The kitchen looks like a food and alcohol bomb went off. A painfully thin woman breezes in, dressed all in black. She's touching her mouth and looks flushed. I guess she's a server who may have just gotten banged by one of James's Playboy friends. Oh, she huffs, seeing me. Who are you? I roll my eyes. It dawns on me that this is not a surprise party. She'd know who I was, and someone would have yelled happy freaking birthday by now. James is having a party on my birthday. Not only is it not for me, I wasn't invited. Unless this is a business event and he knew I'd be bored, or one of his asshole friends asked to use his stunning estate to schmooze clients. I debate leaving because James hasn't figured out that I'm here and clearly I'm not supposed to be. But I'll toss and turn all night if I don't at least know what the heck is going on. I have a key. I'm allowed to be here. Slowly, I walk through the elaborate kitchen and duck into the butler's pantry, which leads to the dining room. From the mirrors on the far wall, I see 10 or so people dressed very casually milling around the living room, talking and laughing. Not the business event I pictured earlier. Finally, I spot James turning the corner from the hallway that leads to his office. He brushes his hair, looks in a mirror, and smiles at himself. I take a step to make my presence known, but he sidles up to a woman I don't recognize. She's thin and beautiful like most women in LA. James almost looks bored. I'm ready to take a step when her voice stops me. Where's the Stella you keep talking about? She asks. Shivers run down my spine at how she knows me, yet I don't know her. What has James been saying about me if our relationship is supposed to be a secret? Working as usual. There's no spite in James's voice. He sounds proud of my drive and commitment, even if he's never come out and actually said so. Did you tell her? I freeze and feel so guilty for eavesdropping, but I can't turn away now when a question like that hangs in the air. About the investment? James asks, sounding bored and not excited as he usually acts when we talk about it. Yeah, I heard you tell the board it's for her debut fashion line. You're a nosy assistant, he smiles at her, my worry kicking up. I haven't told her that the board approved her funding. I'm waiting for the right moment. Approved? I've been approved? I do a happy dance in my head, wishing I could do it for real, but then I'd knock over the glass display case behind me and they'd hear me, think I'm spying, even if I technically am. She'll be thrilled. The assistant sounds condescending all of a sudden. Fuck her. I'm getting the money. Well, I knew I was getting the money. It's just a matter of when. Of course she'll be happy. I guess those girls need clothes too. I shake my head in disappointment at how women can be so vicious against other women. James doesn't react. I know LA sees us as an uneven couple. He's tall and skinny, and I'm neither. She's big, so she knows what looks good on girls her size. His words sting, but I bury the feelings because I know I'm big. We've established that. It's the marketing angle for my line. But hey, I dodged a bullet 2 years ago. I need some good press. He finishes his scotch. Besides, who else would invest in that stupid line of ugly clothes? Wait, stupid? Line of ugly clothes? What the fuck? Say what you want about my waistline. I won't have my clothes insulted this way. By my boyfriend, investor, no less. I'm sure the line will get a lot of press. Now the bitch sounds jealous. That's the point. I want her to get press. Stella, we just need to be romantically involved when she launches. After that debacle 2 years ago with a model, dating a fat girl will help my reputation tremendously. No one will care that I also invested in her shitty clothes. Fat girl. I lurch back. James is dating me for a PR stunt. He's using me. James finishes his drink and gives the woman a once-over. You want to see my bedroom or not? I assume that's why you're hanging around. She smiles and off they go, up the stairs. Holy hell, he's cheating on me too? The room spins as I lose my breath. What if I hadn't stopped by? I back up into the display case and consider smashing the entire collection of expensive vases behind me. All perfect, like the woman he'll be fucking in 5 minutes. That prick. The fighter in me wants to confront him, but I don't know who these people are. Someone is likely to whip out their phone and text. Someone is likely to whip out their phone and next I'll go viral on TikTok. With no context, I'll just look like a lunatic screaming at my boyfriend. I'll be canceled before my line even launches. The scum isn't worth it. I can fight back my own way, take the high road, pretend this means nothing and let him wallow in his skinny model controversy. Let him keep banging his assistants until eventually one tries to blackmail him. I turn and leave through the same door, not even making eye contact with the server, who I now suspect was his appetizer. When I get back to my car, I throw on the Bluetooth and bark, Siri, find me a bakery that's open. I need a whole cheesecake this time. It's my fucking birthday after all. I deserve it.